Hi, good morning, ladies. Happy Saturday. It's a little early. It's a little earlier than I hop on with you girls normally, but one of the gals last night had a great question. She was just wanting to know a little bit more about blush application. And this morning, coincidentally, I'm actually going to do a ton of makeup on people today. And I thought before I go, I will just do my blush with you girls. So I can give you really probably one of my best tips for how to apply blush in a way that's going to look really natural all the time. So whether you're using Senegence or not, although I think you're gonna love our Senegence cream to powder products, this tip is going to work for everything. And it really has to do with your brush, how you're holding it, and how you're applying using your brush. So first things first, blush brush. If there's any of you out there, if you're buying like compacts of makeup and you're using like, I can distinctly think of like a little Maybelline compact of powder blush, and it's got the little tiny like almost rectangular blush brush that comes with it. I do really want to encourage you, if you want to step up your makeup game in the most simple way possible, if you go and invest in some nice brushes, that alone is really going to make a big difference. So if you're using the brushes or the little sponge brushes for the eyeshadow that come with your makeup products, you can step up your game simply by buying some brushes. And they don't have to be super expensive. You don't have to go out and Sigma and Morphe, these really big, more expensive name brands. They don't have to be like that. Some of the more inexpensive tools that I love are Eco Tools. You can find them at Walmart, at Target. Real Techniques. They even have little brush kits that are amazing. Hi, Bonnie. Hey, girls, jumping on this morning. So early, right? Like a little bit later for you guys, but a little early over here on the West Coast. So if you single-handedly want to step up your makeup game, especially with your blush, go and buy a nice brush. I personally prefer a nice angled or tapered brush. So this is a gorgeous fluffy brush. Again, this is an Isabella Scott makeup brush. I get them from TJ Maxx actually because they're cheap. TJ Maxx has a great selection, but you can check places too like Ross, Marshalls, all of those places. But I like a nice fluffy brush with a little bit of an angle to it. It's not super wide because I want to obviously concentrate on getting it on my cheekbones. If it's a really fat brush, you're going to be getting it up into your under eye and down to maybe where your contour is at, places that you don't really want it. So that is my tip with the type of brush. Another thing to note too is where you hold it. So one thing, like I was saying before, if you're using the blush brush that comes in your little compact, you know they have the bristles are usually kind of coarse. They have a really stubby little handle, so you're holding it close to your face. The closer you hold a brush to the bristles, the more, I need to find the right word to use this, but like it's more of a precision application. You're getting a lot more pressure on those bristles. So you want a lighter hand with blush, right? Like there are some things you want a heavy hand. My under eye, if I'm doing lip liner, my brows, I want to be holding that brush tighter to be getting a more precision look. You want a more natural blush, you want to hold it back. Ideally, you're probably going to want to hold it right around the middle. Most of the time, you're going to be holding your brush in the middle. Sometimes though, for a lighter hand, if you've got a really concentrated color blush, like our cherry is a very concentrated color, you're going to just need a little bit of product, and then you're just going to want a really light hand. I actually today with my smoked shimmer topaz that I've got copper rose and smoked shimmer topaz, and I'm really loving it with this olive green jacket and these leather earrings. But I got going and I really wanted a light hand as I worked up, because I've also got some mulberry going on in here. So I've got some really different colors, right? Like I've got a mauve, I've got a coppery brown, and I've got a dusty smoky green. I didn't want to muddle that together a lot and create like this black eye look, right? Like I wanted to have all the colors nice and light. So I held my brushes at the end. For blush, you're really gonna hold them at the middle. Okay, so have I talked enough about brushes? Let's actually apply some brush. Hey Mary, hey Jordan, hey girls. So I'm going to be using terracotta this morning. Again, all these blushes are all cream to powder. I love them. I've been doing a lot of makeup lately, and it's been so fun to hear the girls talk about how much they love the cream to powder, that it's not creasing, it's not falling out. They've actually got their makeup on at the end of the day. So when I'm using mine, as you can see, it's a little squeeze tube. It's really concentrated. A little bit goes a long way. So all I'm going to do for myself is just lightly dab any of this leftover product that's kind of surrounding this tip of this product. If you've got a brand new one, all you're going to do is you're just going to squeeze gently until a little comes out the top, and then you're just going to wipe that off gently with your brush. A little bit goes a long way. If you feel like you've gotten too much, don't test it on your cheek. Test it on your hand and be like, okay. And you can always go back for more, right? But it's a little bit harder to take off. So I'm just going to look at my brush here, and I'm just going to lightly, and I'm trying to focus on getting it towards the center of the brush, obviously not as much the outsides. Hey, Bonnie. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to smile. I want to get that on the top of my cheeks, and I'm just going to dab a little bit of product on the apples of either of my cheeks, because again, a little bit goes a long ways. And then I'm going to just go back a little bit. Now here's the application thing, right? I'm getting to see the little extra product because this side was a little heavy. You want to go in little circular motions. So I'm just smiling gently, and I'm taking this in small circular motions up and back, right? I'm not going down, I'm going up and back. So that's gonna just help take that product that I dabbed. So I dabbed that product kind of in a concentrated area on the apples of my cheeks. And that's gonna go ahead and just start to blend that out really naturally, holding the brush in the middle and up and towards the back. So if you are applying your blush and you're putting it on and you are dipping in the powder or using your cream to powder, if you're using Senegen's products, and you're just like, you're going to get a much more harsh blush look. If you just take a little bit on the apples of your cheeks, and then, like I said, just work your way out really lightly, really gently, you're gonna get a really nice little bit of color to your cheeks. It's gonna nicely blend back. It's not going to be a harsh line. You're not gonna have equal product on your cheekbones as well as back towards your hairline. It's gonna be concentrated on your cheekbones and then just lightly blended out towards your back. So those are my blush tips. Again, really one of the best things you can do. Like I said, number one tip, go get yourself a nice blush brush. I used Terracotta today, which is one of my favorites. Toasted Rose is another one. If you're looking at the blush and you're like, I don't know what to do. And you guys, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I'm like just now cracking towards the bottom of this tube. So it lasts a really, really, really long time. Terracotta, Toasted Rose, and then the new Pink Berry. I'm probably going to wear a ton in Costa Rica and wear a ton this summer. It's a really gorgeous pink color. Right now, just for the colors that I'm wearing with my clothes, I'm wearing a lot more of the dark browns, mauves, olives. Terracotta and Toasted Rose are amazing. So if you guys have any questions, drop them below. I'm probably going to be bringing you a lot of makeup looks today because we're doing a lot of makeup today. So it should be a really fun day. I hope you guys have a great day planned as well, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.